Some people seem to think that dominance in dogs doesn't exist or something. It's crazy. It's crazy. Dominance is in a lot of animals. Human beings? You got to be kidding me. Horses? Any kind of animal that lives with other animals, there's like this social structure. And many times animals fall on a spectrum, right? There's no certain set behavior for every animal. There's just like sort of like variances. Like look at human sexuality. You know, there's like people way over here. This is the freak side, which is some people I know. And then I'm more over here. Honestly, I'm not that big of a freak. But man, my friends, they're weirder. Do you see what I'm saying? Animals, human beings, dogs, horses, pigs, birds, they all kind of display these dominant behaviors at times. You have to, if you have a pet and the animal's dominating you, you have to respond to the dog or the bird so that they know that that's inappropriate. Don't dominate me. You want the animal to be submissive and you want them to be calm. But many times, as a dog trainer, I like the dogs that have attitude. And having unfixed males really isn't a problem. You'll see dominance in animals that are fixed. Just like you'll see, just because you cut your dog's balls off, that's not a solution to any type of behavioral problem. And if your dog had that problem before it was castrated, it'll have that problem after it's castrated too. Let's talk about Joopy, the Cocker Spaniel. That dog I like working with. And the reason why I like working with it is that it does have attitude and it is an intact male. It is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And fixing your dog is unhealthy for your dog. There's many studies that prove this. You know, the only reason why you're fixing your dog is, to keep population down. If you're not going to let the dog roam around on the street, this isn't an issue. It shouldn't be an issue, but people are irresponsible. People are horrible to dogs. So that's why everybody, meaning the veterinary community, they want money. But the people that do animal rescue, they want you to get the dog fixed. So what I'm saying is dominance isn't going to be solved. You're not going to get a submissive dog because you castrated it. That's just how it is. Some dogs are more dominant. Some dogs are more submissive. Just like some people. Some people are fucking milquetoast, But usually people fall on a spectrum and aren't like, their behavior isn't just one way. And that's true about dogs. Dogs will be dominant around some dogs that like challenge them, but many times some dogs are just real chill around other dogs. So you have to sort of like weigh that out if you have multiples. But what I was saying about Joopy is that Joopy is one of these dogs that I like working with because he has attitude. I want that in a dog. I want the dog to at times maybe stand up to me a little bit just so I can remind the dog, no, you're not in charge. The reason why I want a dog like that is because a dominant dog, many times they have a lot of drive. And drive, compare it to like the athletic dog. If you have a dog that's real chill and submissive, we're not describing an athletic dog. See what I'm saying? Like if you're a human, and if you're a young human and you're hyperactive, you could be really good at sports. That's a fact. The same's true with dogs. A dominant hyperactive dog like my dog Tonka here, right? He's all those things. He's super persistent, he's very athletic, and he's extremely dominant. Friendly, he's not a fighter, but he could definitely fight if like the wrong dog pushed him. That is the kind of dog a lot of dog trainers like. It's not a bad thing if you have a dominant dog. I'm just saying most dogs have some type of dominance. It's going to fall in this area here. I've never really seen too many dogs that are totally submissive. I've never seen it. You know, I've seen some dogs that are sort of submissive to other dogs or submissive to people. I knew a dog, Tatiana, that was one of my dogs. She was submissive to people. She was a feral dog. She was submissive to people. And when I worked at an animal shelter, Tatiana caught my eye because, one, she could be out with any of the dogs. Out of 50 dogs, you could put her in there and she's just going to go up and dominate the dog that's out. Or several dogs are out. She would just walk up to him, dominate him instantly. If she ran across a dog that was going to kick her ass, she'd go on her back and just give up real quick. A very, very intelligent dog. It knew its limitations. Like, oh, I fucked with the wrong dog. I fucked with the male dog. And do you understand what I'm saying? Dominance is not a bad thing. It exists. It exists in just about every species that I can think of that has some kind of socialness to it. You know, I'm not going to talk about insects and stuff like that. You know, that's something completely different. I'm talking about warm-blooded animals that live around other warm-blooded animals. A lot of times you're going to see these dominant behaviors. It isn't a bad thing. It's just a fact. And if your dog is being dominant, you should respond. If your dog's humping your leg or something, you got a real problem. Call a professional. But remember, if your dog is trying to dominate another dog and they're in the backyard, that can end up being a fight. Anytime you see the front legs go up, tell the dogs to sit, give them direction, make sure that they know that you're there and you're in charge. That's how you keep the dominant dog out of a fight. Don't just throw them in a backyard. If they're in the backyard, you got to keep an eye on them and you have to monitor the situation. It doesn't matter if it's two, you have to monitor the situation. Dominance is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just part of what animals are.
Tonka, heel. Sit.
Give me a kiss. He's eating my face off.
The power big boy.